Hello there guys, Wayne here from Luna's World. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. This is Hua Hin, and this scenery is made by Siam Flight, available from simmarket.com, and it's really nice to see Thailand getting some much needed love in the scenery department. So let's take a quick look at it. And those who are familiar with Thailand, you can see they have gone beyond just the perimeter of the airfield. You've got the concept classic furniture shop here in Thailand. So they've included some outside parts, which is very nice. And Hua Hin, if you don't know, is on the coast, sort of I don't know, a couple of 100 kilometers from Bangkok. And yeah, it's a beautiful place, a lovely part of Thailand, great town, and I really like the detail here. So we've got flight sim training there, we've got the Robinson R44, and yeah, liking it. Wait a minute, what's that, you say? That's a weird looking 152, and you'd be right. I know you know already, of course, by the name of the video, but I'm excited to check out the Freeware 152. Did I say 172? I meant 152. This is the JPLogistics mod for the 152, and yeah, so we've got chocks, we've got wheel fairings, we've got pitot covers, we've got engine covers, we've got the doors open, you name it, we're rocking it out today. And let's jump in the cockpit. So just close up the doors as well. On first impressions, it doesn't look particularly different. There's a few little things, but all of these buttons now, the circuit breakers and cabin air, these all fully functional and affect the aircraft in the ways that it should. And you'll notice we've got now a little tablet down here. By the way, when you install this, it doesn't actually replace the old default 152, but it gives you another aircraft in there. Actually, it gives you three. You get a tail dragger, one with wheel fairings and one without. So it's pretty cool. I am using, just for your information, FS Realistic, so that's why things are bobbing about a bit and there's clanks of, you know, buckles and things going on. That's not part of the actual mod. Okay, so let's just get rid of all of these, because if you try and fly with the chocks, well, you won't move anywhere, basically. So everything is as it should be. So check out the instruments. We've got the autopilot panel here, which is now included. I don't have the 750 installed right now. Distance measuring equipment, obviously for radio navigation, ADF. Transponder now replaces the old one, so a much more modern ADF transponder, sorry. And then the clock is replaced by the EGT, which is kind of cool. Maintenance now, everything is now perishable depending on how you use the aircraft. So if you bust out, you know, if you over egg the RPM, you're going to get damage to the engine. You're going to foul the plugs if you're not leaned. All that stuff affects the health of the engine, and you start to get failures. Your oil will deplete over time, and the same with your battery. Pretty cool stuff. Got realism on, and then you can save the state as well. Pretty cool. And then if you increase, let's just have a look in the back here. We've got this thing, which is really important. No idea what it is, but if we increase the payload here, that's not decrease. That's. I do find these buttons are a little bit. Might be me. There we go. So if I increase that, and we'll put some baggage in. Let's do it in the rear. You'll see that there's a box there now, and yeah, it obviously affects the weight of the aircraft, so trim will be affected. Cool stuff, really cool stuff. I like it a lot. So yeah, let's get rid of that for now. We'll get us started up. So first of all, turn the fuel on. We'll go for, I have to do this on my panel actually. We'll turn the battery on. We'll go strobe, beacon. Where's my beacon? There it is. And we'll go full rich, which I'll do again on the yoke, on the quadrant here. We will prime the engine. Let's do 3. Crack the throttle. And we'll go for a clear prop. Here we go.
Clear prop.
Lovely job. Okay. Right, as that's going, we'll turn the alternator on. Turn pitot heat on. I don't really need it today because we're in Thailand, but anyway. Same with engine ice, but it's nice to see that these all work now, which is very cool. All right, let's get the taxi lights on. So we're just going to go for a little jaunt around, really. Release the brakes, and away we go. All right. Requires more power to get it rolling, which is really accurate. I'm going to talk about actually some of my bugbears with not just default aircraft, but a lot of payware aircraft too. I'll talk about that more as we get up there. Let's turn our landing lights on as we're entering the runway. Go flaps 10. And we are pretty much good to go. Barrow is set. And here we go. Takeoff power is set. Very calm winds today. That might change though, being on the coast. You never know. All right, we are wanting to fly. That's beautiful, actually. So right away, I feel the aircraft is really tamed down compared to the feeling of the default 152. This feels much more solid, much more like the real thing. Let's just climb out here. Yeah, a little bit windy now. Alright, flaps up. The trim is also much less twitchy, and that's my first bugbear actually with default aircraft. The trim tends to be really twitchy. That's kind of annoying, but anyway. Taxi lights off. Let's come back off the RPM a little bit because we're in the red there. Right, flaps are up, mixture's still rich, we're all good. Yeah, this just feels really solid to fly. And these aircraft, they are easy to fly. I mean, they're trainers, they're so solid, it's very hard to fly this badly. I mean, obviously if you don't know what you're doing, then it is, but the other thing, the default one seems quite overpowered, seems very twitchy. The flight dynamics on this are much smoother, as are the power settings. It just seems much more stable. I'm barely hands-on with the yoke, and you find yourself when you're flying, not obviously in important phases of flight, but certainly in cruise and climb, you know, you're hands-on with other things. You know, you've got your kneeboard, or you've got a pen and paper, or you've got the iPad, or you're watching Netflix, whatever it might be. You're looking out the window, doing selfies and stuff. This thing flies itself pretty much. I'm looking forward to testing the stall characteristics as well, both clean and dirty. We'll try that. We'll climb up to about 3,000 feet. And yeah, I have to say, Huahin looking pretty nice, even though this is not photogrammetry. Doesn't look half bad. In fact, let's pop outside for a little squiz. Look at that. Stunning. Oh. Just lost my control of the... That's weird. I don't know what happened there. Hang on. I've lost control of the drone. Bugger. Okay, well that sucks. I don't know what happened there. Flying all over the place as well. How weird. Couple of steep turns here. Try and get them coordinated. There we go. Lovely stuff. Yeah. I'll try my drone in a minute again. All right. Let's. We're about 3,000. So let's just get over this into the sea. I think we're pretty much there actually. Let's just check. Just head on out over the sea, just for safety, you know. I'm a safe guy. Alright, that'll do. He says. So, clean stall first of all. I'm expecting very undramatic, nose down, slight nose down, very little left and right, maybe a slight left wing stall, but other than that, nothing dramatic. There's the horn. Pretty equal in terms of left and right. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that wasn't as... Alright, yeah, that was a little bit more dramatic than I thought. But, let's try again, actually. Made even more dramatic by the sounds of XP Realistic. Okay, a little bit spinny. Alright. I mean, that was a prolonged stall, so let's go full dirt. I know we've got rid of 1,000 feet here, but let's go power on. Now this should be a bit more dramatic. Finally gives way. It's pulling to the left. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Alright, flaps up before we rip them off. Yeah, so you're not supposed to spin these things, but spins are very easy to get out of in this. In fact, you can just let go of the controls and it should pretty much correct itself. But that was a little bit more dramatic than I thought. But maybe I'm confusing. I don't know. You guys, maybe there's real 152 pilots in the chat. Not in the chat, in the comments. You can let me know. Is that pretty much how this handles? I have flown one once. It was a long time ago. But I don't really fully remember. So I'm basing my comparison off of the default one, pretty much. But yeah. Oh, my other bugbear, and it's quite apt because we're looking at them now, is that when you fly near any mountain, so it seems in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you automatically get turbulence. Now I know the air is definitely more unstable at different heights around mountains, just because of that's how it works. But it seems to be overdone. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what you guys think of that. But every time I'm near a mountain, it's thrashing around And I'll go so far as to say the turbulence in Microsoft Flight Simulator, the effect, the wind effect, I think is overdone. I've flown in some windy conditions, and it just, I don't know, especially the yawing movement, like this kind of movement, right? That does happen, but not to the extent that I experience quite often in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, I still love this sim, don't get me wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Right, landing lights are back on. I'm going to take this in for a landing now. Go flaps 10. I mean, it's a real joy to fly. It's a different aircraft. It'd be interesting to fly this and the default back to back, actually, and just get a real feel for it, because this just feels right. It feels like how an aircraft should fly. It's easy. It's got a floaty feeling about it, you know, that, I mean, it does help if aircrafts float. Don't you find that? In fact, the more the aircraft floats, the better, really. I know you've missed my jokes. I've missed making videos, actually. I've missed chatting with you guys. As usual, life just gets in the way. And if you're new to the channel, then hello, my name is Wayne. I am a what should I say, an ad hoc YouTuber. Yeah, so but I appreciate you being here. I can't guarantee X number of videos per month or per week even, or whatever, but it's a little bit bumpy coming in here. Got a little bit of a crosswind. But what I can guarantee is that my videos are coming from the right place, which is an absolute love of flight simulation and making videos. Like, those two things combined are basically me in heaven. All right, just about stabilized. It's a little rocky, but again, power setting wise, this feels so solid. It's beautiful. I haven't flown for a long time, actually, so let's try and grease this landing. Power off. Keep that nose up. Keep the nose up. Ooh. That was alright. That was alright. That was alright. I was hoping for a stall warning. We should have touched down about now. Anyway, whatevs. Haven't flown for a couple of weeks. Been super busy with my doctoral studies. Hope I graduate this year. I've got to. It's so. If there's anyone out there doing a PhD, working full time with a family, man, it is not easy. It's fun most of the time, but yeah, it doesn't leave. There's not many hours in the day, that's for sure. All right, let's get off of the highway here. Let's clean her up. Landing lights off, taxis on. Hua Hin looking nice. Let me know if you want to see a more in-depth review of this, but I don't think it's very expensive. 11 euros, I think, and good amount of detail here in Hua Hin, including outside of the perimeter of the airfield, which is always good. All right, well, let's just come to a stop here, and we'll turn her off. And we'll just bring up the iPad again and just check our maintenance. And yeah, see, so we've lost 0.1 of a quart of oil, so we need to keep an eye on that. The battery is on, so once I turn that off, we can reset. Oh no, we can't. It's not depleted, that's why. If we left the battery on and went and had a cup of tea, then it would deplete probably, and we'd need to reset it or charge it up. But yeah, fully working. I like it. It brings this aircraft to life. The best thing of all, though, is that it's free. So go and give the devs some love, and I'll put the link in the description. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts if you fly this mod. And yeah, hope you're doing well. And I've got some exciting videos coming up, actually. I've got some hardware that's going to be delivered in the next maybe couple of weeks. So pretty excited about that. I'll bring you some cool videos, some cool content. Be good to catch up. I do have a bit of time off coming up, so yeah, I'll have more time to do some flying videos and stuff. If there's anything you want to see, as always, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.